Hi, this is BB. I was just scrolling through YouTube. I like to watch like cat videos, and the thought just came to me. Something I saw. I can't remember it now. Some my thoughts just one thing leads to another, to another, to another. Um, if there are people in between, there's some people who probably, um, like I said, some people who are being targeted by a police brutality, driving while black, driving while colored, stuff like that. Agreeable? Yes, that's a yes, that's a given. But there are some people who are private, just thieves. Thieves with the ability to hack extensively and with a lot of stolen money that they can buy even more technologically advanced devices to do whatever, or people who can work for them to set things up. I don't know. Because if you have money in the Western world, in any world, you can do good with it, but you can also do evil with it, should you choose. Your intention is the key factor. So they would hide under the radar of police brutality, of people who are being targeted. Like, you have activists, you have people who are outspoken, you have people who have causes, who are speaking against a certain thing, who are pro certain things, and where they're being targeted maybe by another group. It doesn't even always have to be the policing groups. But it's such a broad spectrum. And it's such little action that's being actually taken by law enforcement in giving the victims of such abuse any type of justice. It's almost little to non-existent, isn't it? They're not really doing anything. And if there are one or two maybe lawyers out there, and of course these people have to make a living, and if we don't have the kind of cash that it requires, well, we're screwed. So and these people who are doing this, the handful who is hiding, in this spectrum, who's hiding under this radar, under this umbrella of this gang stalking, this police brutality, and law enforcement being involved and being the perpetrators, they will actually target our incomes as well. Now, some people mention like policing groups and policing groups where, they're on a watch list. They're on some kind of watch list, and they're watching people, and they're saying, well, John Doe, Jane Doe, this is a pedophile, this is a rapist, this might be a terrorist, they overheard a conversation here, they see some suspicious activity over here, they see, or something at all, something, right? And what that may be in certain areas. Now you have this handful of people, scattered, of course, who are just common thieves, and they're using the same modality to steal from these people. And then, let's pretend now we're easing in here. We're stealing from these people, and we'll tell a bunch of people that they are, we're policing. So here, let's just say, person 1, 2, and 3. These are the perpetrators. They have person A, B, C as they're stealing from them. Now they have a bunch of people around, like they're using to target persons A, B, C, right? They will go and sell themselves now to this group of people as their policing groups, because they have money. They're hacking. They can make up any type of false, faux, pseudo document. This is what hacking is all about. This is why they hack in the first place. They hack to commit crimes, fraud. This is why they hack. I don't think a lot of people underestimate hacking and what its intentions, what it's intended for. It's not intended for anything good. It's intended to commit crimes. It's always intended to commit crimes. It's intended for bad things, nothing good. So they will probably, and this is just one scenario, they sell themselves in some sort of policing group, since, hey, everybody seems to be aware that this type of thing is happening. Why not? They will get these gang stalkers, well, we need to watch 1, 2, 3. Now, what they did was they stole from these people, and they have this group of people terrorizing the poor people. Now the people are broke, and they're being hammered by this group of people from every which angle. And now this is what's going to happen. They're going to do what I did. They're running now. They're trying to outrun. That'll make them look what? What's the word? What's the word? Guilty. Which will what? Reinforce that they are criminals in some way even more. See, that's what I did. This is, like I said, this is my first rodeo. I didn't know. I thought, I want to handle this. I'm just moving. Because I didn't have time to handle any of this. I'm a single woman. All I have is my cat. I just packed up and I left. It looked like I ran off, which kind of made their case, if this was the angle that they were going for. It kind of made their case. Since then, since June of 2020, I moved 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times in a year and a half. That's a lot. 5 different addresses within a year and a half. That's a lot for one person. That makes me look hella guilty, doesn't it? And all I'm doing is trying to outrun these freaking gang stalkers. Now, a couple of the gang stalkers are probably realizing that they made a gigantic mistake here. But they've already started spending whatever cash they were given. So what are they going to do now? Now, the thing to do would be to go to the police and tell the truth. Well, this is what happened. These people approached me. They said this woman was doing this. They said this. Is this true? And just to get things right. They're not going to do that. They're accustomed now to being rich bitches. They're accustomed to being Mr. and Mrs. Moneybags. They don't care anymore. They're accustomed and acclimated to being rich. They can't go back. I guess once you go rich, you can't go back. From us poor folks. We must get hammered so they can remain rich. Your heart bleeds for them, You wouldn't want to take their wealth away from them, would you? No. No. You wouldn't want to take their wealth away from them. Oh, perish the thought. Perish the thought. So we have to just keep getting hammered. I mean, what else can we do? The police isn't helping us. The FBI, well, they're not doing anything. What can we do? I mean, you tell me, what else is left to do now? What can we do? I just thought of it. It's like we are making their case, basically. We're making their case. Because when we run like this, and all we're doing is, because people don't know what we're going through. They don't know what we're going through with all the spritzing, the spraying. Some of them are just being told to watch us. They are the witnesses. While a few, select few, a group of them are doing the spritzing and the spraying. The ones that are kept closer, the ones that are probably getting double the pay. A few select ones, if not the perpetrators themselves doing it. The spritzing and the spraying. They're coming in. Like I said, I'm finding roaches again. See, it's happening again. I find my water, the faucet head is starting to, have some sprinkles out to either side again. It's like little things like that I'm starting to notice. Everything I touch also is starting to today all day. 2 or 3 times I touched the door. It's like she did it on purpose today. 2 or 3 times. Bam, bam. I'm opening the door and it's like I'm angry and she keeps doing it all the time. It's every time it's like 2 or 3 times in a row she did it in one time at one setting. My hand never left the doorknob. She did it 2 or 3 times. That is somebody deliberately doing that. That's somebody deliberately doing it. How? I don't know. How? I don't know. But I just thought of that. So every time we try to move or we try to move away, it makes us look like they're right. That we're guilty of something and we're running. And all we're trying to do is stay alive. All we're trying to do is, because we have no freaking idea what's happening and how to stop it. Police is not doing anything. The FBI, don't even get back to us. How many of you contacted them and actually got a response? The moment you call them, if you're lucky to get a hold of them, you say, well, I'm being hacked. The first thing they'll ask you, why would anyone hack you? And they have an attitude. They have an attitude. They don't want to hear anymore. They have an attitude. And what I've noticed with these people, they're good at what they do. They do so many little things that by the time you start talking, you sound crazy to you even. You sound batshit crazy to even your own self. You sound like, oh my God, what? It happened? But you're going around in circles and out your mouth. Because it's so many little things they've done. The only thing I have in my corner is the hacking and people stealing shit from people. They hacked a few of my clients. That's what I do have. They are hacking. They're hacking me, and I'm still getting this because the electric jolts. That I do have in my favor because it's still happening. It's still happening. And where I was living, I had some stones, like those little, there's some stones. One of them was my friend's stone, I believe. I don't know if he left it in my house, I don't know how they got it. But one of them, a lady, I gave her $5 a day, and she had a bunch of stones, and she gave me one, and another green one. I don't know where I got it from. I had it on my coffee table for like a long time, and I guess I just threw them all away when I moved out. And a client contacted me and sent me a picture of all 3 of these stones, and said, "Are these worth anything?" I'm like, "No, why?" He said some lady in Texas sold them to him like they're healing stones. Somebody right from where I live had to do that. See, that's a staple right there. That is a staple. That's all I'm saying. My stuff being stolen, that's a staple. Those are reality based. If I get somebody to go maybe in the crawl spaces with one of those, with something to do some kind of test, they might find traces of chlorine and traces of vinegar. They will find traces of something, I'm sure. That's a staple as well. That I know for sure as well. But If you start blurting out every little thing, you sound like you're going around in circles. And then they'll really think we're crazy. But they know what they're doing. These people are professionals. They come at us from so many different angles. So many different angles. They're not giving us a fighting chance. They're taking it away from us. This should not be allowed to happen. Human beings should not do this to each other. Not in this fucking day and age when money can be made so easily. Entrepreneurs are coming up every single day. There's teenagers making millions of dollars. What is wrong with these people? Are they so colossally lazy? I think not. What I think they are is colossally evil. They're evil. They like torturing other people. They like just making their life miserable. They like just hurting their bodies. Teenagers, look, I read on the internet accidentally, this 13-year-old girl, I think, she's made, I don't know how many millions of dollars in some NT, I don't even know what it is. Stocks and bonds. And she's what, 13? What's their excuse? What is their excuse? I don't get this. I really don't. And they're hacking to besides.